Are you sure you won't have another?
Positive. Anything in that?
Ah, and I thought you had a good memory, Mr. Ross. Don't you remember what I said in Hunter's office?
I know. Papers in respect of probate on Tony Moran's death. I meant anything in them.
I am an accountant, not a detective.
Is there such a difference?
I'm told that you manage the restaurant here. Do you have to run about in evening clothes to do that, or can you do it dressed as you are now?
I do it as I please, when I please, and how I please. I'm about to open the restaurant in a moment.
And possibly to change.
That's right. Oh, hello. You know him?
Yes.
How well?
Only as my father's accountant. He dined with us several times in London. They'd had a tax problem.
Ah, too bad. Miss Marshall?
Not Miss Marshall for much longer. My cover's been blown, as they say.
Are you sure? Has he seen you?
Yes, he's looking at me now.
Why didn't you talk to him? He's a very amiable fellow.
Good evening.
Oh, very nice to see you, Miss Moran. Can I get you a drink?
Yes, thank you.
A rescue job I had to do. Huh? Talk him out of it.
Oh, you're going is silly.
Well, that's what I said.
I know. A bit of a change might do him the world of good.
Yes, for most of us, maybe, but not for Benny. He is a special case, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, not that he's helpless, I wouldn't say that, but he's not what you call sharp. And the thought of him wandering around with 25 grand in the bank just makes me shudder.
Were you successful, then?
Hmm?
In talking him out of it?
Well, I think so, but he feels so down and depressed and useless. Oh, let's face it, Sharon. Working in that garage of yours isn't exactly going to make anybody feel like a whiz kid, is it? If only there was...
What?
Something easy you could put him on to that would make him feel good.
It's a tall order.
You do resprays, don't you?
Yeah?
Well, let him rub down then. You know, a bit of wet and dry. Can't go far wrong on that.
Hey, that's a great idea.
With Terry?
Yeah.
They get on, did it?
Fine.
Could be the answer then.
Yeah.
Clever little soul, isn't he?
Some things.
Oh, most, Ashley. Settle for most, huh?
So, how long have they given you then?
Sorry?
Your extended leave.
Oh, well, it's sort of open-ended.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going back.
No, he quit.
Oh, hey.
Let's get it straight, shall we? I was flung out.
Oh, well. Happens to us all, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to pretend I didn't give a damn about this.
Nobody expected.
Because I did.
Did they give you a reason?
Don't know if you'll ever know the real reason. They wrap it in so much candy floss like you're some sort of kid, which I'm not. I can take it. Yeah, well, they're wrong, but their minds are made up and there's no shifting them. A bit like Benny, really.
Oh, that's not fair.
What makes you think this world's fair, then?
Things have been going bad for a long time. You know, she had no right in taking little Ben without telling me where she was going.
Well, there are ways of tracing people.
If she wants to be found, that is. Anyway, what chance have I got? He's her son, and I've got no rights as long as she's with him.
Could fight her for custody.
I'm at work all day, I can't see that.
Worth a try.
I don't think I haven't thought about it. I've had sleepless nights thinking about it.
Well, then.
Look, but he's her son as well, too. And she is good with him. Can't hold that against her. That does count. If I can only prove neglect.
After what she's done.
Well, the proper place for a child is with its natural mother. That's what the man says. The law is on her side.
Well, that can't be right, can it? Not in every case. Oh, it's Kevin. Listen, Mac, if there's anything I can do, you know, if it goes to court or anything, I am on your side.
Thanks.
Hey, thought they'll seem quiet.
Yes, they're both out. I'll get you supper.
I don't bother. I had a snack in the cafeteria. I got you some light reading.
Look, I better go and do my laundry.
No, you stay where you are. I invited you for a drink. Anyway, Mum's going to do your washing. No point in having an automatic if you don't use it.
Right, what you having then, Mac?
Oh, beer if you're sure.
Well, suits me. Cold from the fridge?
Do you want anything to eat with it?
Oh, no, beer will be fine. Look, if you two want to talk...
That's the last thing I want.
Yeah. Is that why you asked me over?
No, of course not.
Look, you're not making a big thing of that thing with him and Carol, eh? Because there was nothing to it. It was all in her mind.
How about you, Glenn? Gonna join us?
Well, I'll have a sherry. I'll get it, it's all right.
Yeah, mate.
Great, cheers. Oh, I see you're looking then.
Oh, yeah, well, thinking about it. I got these from the estate agent in Heathbury. Mind you, most of them come way out of our range.
There's that bungalow up in Church Street, you know.
Is there?
Glenn's not that keen on moving. How much are they asking?
28 grand. It's got a nice garden, a lot of breathing space. It's really handy for the shops.
If you're thinking of selling property, Mac, you'd better start in with your own.
Not to you. I don't want my bad luck to rub onto you.
You don't believe that, do you? About houses?
Well, if you'd asked me that before we moved, I'd say no. But now I'm not so sure. Mum swears it's that elder tree we cut down. So watch it. Dead unlucky cutting down elder trees.
You're kidding.
Well, we were all right when we were in the flat. All the trouble started when we went semi-detached.
Yeah, but that was the people round here, not the flaming tree.
No, I don't think people have got anything to do with it when the couple split up. It's between them. Perhaps they weren't suited in the first place.
Hey, we're friends.
What?
I mean, it's Trina and me. Maybe we weren't suited, but you too.
Who said we were talking about us?
What do you mean, us?
Look, it's a bad scene. Look, you start rowing, somebody goes too far. Before you know it, it's over. There's nothing. There's no going back. Remember that.
Have one on me?
No, thank you. I had two before you came, and I dislike alcohol. In fact, I dislike anything that clouds my thinking.
I thought working in a casino.
Casino? Well, casinos have more teetotalers on their staff than any other type of business. They have to keep a clear head. No. You push the booze at the punters. Of course, your father was an exception.
Yes, he did rather overdo it the last time you dined with us.
He habitually overdid it. I'm sorry, I wouldn't say this, except that you have told me why you're here using a false name. There's nothing to find out about your father, Miss Moran. He's the man you thought he was. A drunk. At times, an offensive drunk. As for Mrs. Hamilton, I don't know how she stood it.
You haven't hesitated to be frank about my father. Be frank about her.
Oh, everyone has two views about her. Except possibly David Hunter.
Well, I know what mine are. If my father is what I thought he might be, then she's to be pitied.
That is one of the two views, yes.
I had it in mind to tell her who I really am, but I don't know. I think I'll drop this whole thing and leave without saying anything to her.
Without seeing if there shouldn't be two views about your father as well. Men are often only what women make them, you know.
So men say.
Please yourself. But if you do tell her who you are, you'll never find out how much she was responsible for making your father what he became. And if you don't do that, you'll never know his real.
Good evening, Miss Marshall. Would you be wanting your usual table for this evening?
Yes, thank you.
Have it set for two, would you? Oh, no danger. Mrs. Hamilton is eating in town.
Yes, Mr. Lord and I will eat together.
On your account, Miss Marshall?
No.
Have you an account here, sir?
No, but you owe me a dinner or two for the credit I afforded you that night at the casino. Shall we go in?
Yes. Let's all go in, shall we?
After you.
Yes. Yes, after me.
You forgot your briefcase.
No, I didn't, Mr. Ross.
I don't see this.
This goes just right round here, see?
No.
Do you mean no, you don't want it constructed that way, or no, you don't know how to read an architect's plan, and don't say both?
Then I'm silenced. I'm sure it'd be just what I imagined. But when will it be finished?
Well, with that little touch, week at the outside.
Good. Then get on with it.
Oh, it'll be wonderful.
That much faith in Kevin's architectural ideas?
wonderful simply to have a place of our own where we can just relax after work.
Yes, very handy.
I don't know, it just seems odd entertaining friends in the office.
Be nice for Kate, too.
Hmm?
It's a bit dreary for her, having to sit in her chalet when she's free.
Yes, I suppose that's true. I was thinking really further ahead, like winter.
Winter?
After she's gone.
Who said she's going?
I understood that she was staying here until she recovered from the strain of the inquest.
Well, there was no time limit imposed. I just thought you'd appreciate what a help she's been to you. I mean, why don't you realize how much work she's taken off you? So, if we're lucky, she'll join the staff permanently.
Oh, don't worry about it. It happens all the time. Some mothers don't half.
It's the second time he's done that. I think he's short-sighted and he's too vain to wear glasses, you know.
Oh, somebody ought to introduce him to contact lenses.
Listen, Di, can you do me a favour?
Well, as long as you don't want me to work overtime tonight, because I'm going out.
No, it's this afternoon, actually. I'm supposed to be on tea, but I want an extra long lunch hour.
Kevin taking you somewhere nice, is he?
No, it's business. I'm going to see my solicitor.
Oh?
Well, you'll find out soon enough. I may as well tell you. We're getting a divorce.
You and Kevin?
Well, I've been thinking about it for a long time.
But are you serious?
Yeah.
I always thought you and Kevin would be all set for the Derby and June stakes.
Well, one of the reasons is I can't have children.
Come on, Glenda. Lots of married couples can't have kids. They're not everything, you know.
They are to me. And they ought to be to him. I mean, that's why I'm giving him this chance.
Oh, I see. And he's not too keen on the idea, is that it?
No. But he'll come round to it. It's just his head's full of this house-buying stuff. He can't see sense.
Well, I thought that's what you were saving up for. I thought that was the whole reason he was going to work away.
I've made up my mind, Di.
Look. All right, you can't have kids, so why don't you try adopting?
Yeah, well, that's what Mum suggested, but it's not on, Di. We wouldn't qualify for one thing.
Well, what about fostering?
No, I wouldn't want that. I mean, you have a child for a couple of years and then somebody comes along and takes him away again. Anyway, we haven't got a house. They wouldn't consider us without that.
I thought you said Kevin wanted to buy one.
Well, yeah, he does.
Well, why don't you let him? If you've got a house, you might stand a chance. Because adoption is the next step, you know, from fostering. I mean, it can be, and the kids don't always go back to their parents. Hey, come on, Glenda, you love him. You stick to him. I tell you, I know what I'm talking about. It's not much fun being on your own.
Mrs. Hunter, please. Is Sharon? Yes, love, yes. If anything else goes wrong with this, I shall scream.
It won't.
Famous last words.
I've taken that car out on the road today, going to thorough testing. That car's going perfectly.
Barbara, Sharon, your car's ready. We broke records.
I'm sweated for that.
Look, I've got a list here of everything we've done, and I'll see to it you get a copy.
We could frame it for her.
Believe me, we've been right over it. There's not a tick, not a rattle. Sid has just given it a test drive, and it's running like new. Yeah, well, that's life, yeah. Okay, I'll send the keys over. Right you are. Bye-bye. Amen.
So say all of us.
Let's hope that's the end of that little saga.
Listen, what's the extent of the whole damage, total-wise?
285 plus VAT.
Well, it could have been worse.
And it could have been a hell of a lot better. We do not make that kind of mistake again,
Okay.
Sydney. Never mind the good intentions.
Okay.
Before Benny has put on anything at all, you get my say-so, okay?
You have it now.
Thank you.
No sign of him.
Well, where the hell is he then?
Doesn't Terry know where he is?
Yeah, he saw him first thing this morning, but left home without him.
Why?
He was busy writing a letter.
Benny writing? What?
Just very sick. He didn't want anyone to know about it.
Oh, why does he pick today to be awkward?
Wanted a bit of time off to cool down, I suppose.
Yeah, well, he was a bit chocker last night, and you can't really blame him for wanting a real job.
I've got one for him.
Like what?
Helping Terry rub down for respraying.
Flatting?
He can't do much damage there.
True.
And there's one in this morning they want taken right down to the metal.
Hey, that'll take a hell of a lot of elbow grease, mind that.
Oh, he's never been short of that.
I wish I'd known that. Last night, could have done the trick.
Well, there's a bit of purpose behind that, see? He'd have been chuffed. Listen, he'll be into lunch. He never misses out on that.
What if he doesn't, eh?
Oh, don't worry. I'll pop round to Mrs. Price's and break the news. I'll get him back, no problem.
Come in.
Have you got a minute?
Hours and hours.
What's the problem?
Well, it's no problem exactly. It's just, this was left in reception for you, and I recognise the writing. It's from Benny. It'll be about the car. I just wanted to tell you how sorry he was for what he's done. There's been no consoling him.
Everything seems to have been put right.
I'm getting the car back this afternoon.
Oh, that's great, but the poor love's been through agonies.
Well, Sharon's responsibility, not Benny's. He should never have been given the job in the first place.
Mrs. Hunter, H-U-N-T-A. That's a nice touch. I must consider that for my next nom de plume.
Pink lavender notepaper, no expense spared.
Oh, yes, that was a Christmas present from Mavis Hooper last year.
Dear Mrs. Hunter, this is to pay for what it cost. Sorry, Benny. Short and to the point.
How much has he made it out for?
He's left it blank.
Oh, it's a lovely thought, but it'll have to go straight back to him.
We must get him over to thank him really nicely.
Well, I know it'll have to go back, but it's a shame in a way.
Why?
Well, it's his way of paying you back for what he's done, and if it's not accepted...
Hold on. I think I can find a way. Sharon, can you spare Benny for a moment, please? It's Barbara. Oh. Oh, well. Well, it doesn't matter. We'll catch up with him another time, then. Okay. He hasn't shown up for work.
Oh, you got my message, then?
Yeah. Come home, urgent. What's it all about?
Can you get off work early tonight?
I'll have to take an hour off now. Have you made an appointment?
Yes, I have, as a matter of fact. They're expecting us at 5 o'clock.
All right, Glenn. If you want a divorce, you can have one. Why don't you just ring me? You don't need to see me. What's the solicitor's name?
It's not with the solicitor.
Eh?
The appointment.
Oh, come on, Glenn. What are you messing about at?
We're seeing a Mr. and Mrs. Edwards at 5 o'clock, who happen to have a bungalow for sale in Church Street. If that's all right with you.
Glenn, do you mean it?
Oh, I am sorry, Kevin.
Oh, come here.
I never wanted a divorce, never.
Oh, I know you dent, you daft little... Oh, Glenn, love, thanks. That's it then, eh? No more fighting?
No.
For this. I'll start with him up there. Tyler, I'll never forget this.